All right, you guys, well, welcome back to another weekly video here at Childcare Business Executive Tools. Today, I am going to be sharing with you my top 3 failures of owning a childcare business. And so that is what we're going to talk about. Before we jump in, let me go ahead and do all the little tech stuff that's going to allow Facebook to gather my audience, let you guys know that I'm here so we can go over this topic with you, and I can share with you my top 3 failures of running my childcare business. So I am super excited to be here. As always, you guys, I am back in my office, and I'm going to share with you guys a little bit kind of what's going on behind the scenes here at the Ben's house and at Childcare Business, mainly the Ben's house. So I think right now, just some transitions are kind of slowly starting to happen. And I'm going to share with you guys what's going on there. Let me make sure that I'm good. Yes. Okay. So I was really concerned that the shot was not going to get my bun in, but I think we're getting all of the bun, most of the bun. So I think if I sit back this way, I think we'll get it all in. So the things, you guys, that I am always self-conscious about when I'm doing a go live. There's a lot of things you guys would not realize I get self-conscious about when I'm doing a go live. But one of them is which is why I don't like to wear buns a lot, just because I'm afraid it's gonna cut it off. And so anyway, but I think we're looking good there. All right, so let me get over here, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly share this out with my group, and we are going to get started with today's topic, which is I'm going to share with you guys my top 3 failures of running my childcare business. As I'm doing that, can you please come in and say hello to me? Go ahead and give this video some likes, give it some hearts, give it some thumbs up. Go ahead and share this out if you know of any other childcare business owners that this can help and benefit. And we're going to jump in pretty quickly today. All right, so give me a second, you guys, so I can not have to multitask, because y'all know I don't do that. I don't multitask. There is no such thing as multitask. There's some stuff that's automation, which we'll talk about today, but there is no such thing as multitasking. Okay. Alrighty. So again, as you guys come in, say hello, and like I said, we'll jump in and get started. So let me get this shared off to my group. Share to a group. And how was y'all's day going? How's your summer going? How is life going? How is your childcare business treating you? All those good things. So hang on, y'all. Join me. I can't see. Hang on. I'm gonna have to squeeze over here. Join me live here. All right. And paste that in there. Hang on, I see a typo. Okay, y'all, hang on. I'm gonna have to squeeze over here because I can't see. The screen is like way back. It's back behind me. So, or it's back behind my phone. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, and I'm sharing in the right group. So I'm gonna go ahead and post and share. Okay, so, hi, how are you? Is it Eudrea or Andrea? Oh, okay. So, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But hello, how are you? Where are you from? How's your day going? All right, y'all. So I've got that shared out. Did my little tech stuff. Are we good on sound? Let me double check. Yes, I do hear sound. Okay. Okay, I'm good. All right. Put my notes back up. All right. So again, you guys, welcome back to another weekly video here at Childcare Business Executive Tools. My name, for anybody that is new to my little corner here of the interwebs, my name is Ashley Benz. I am the founder and creator of Childcare Business Executive Tools. I am a childcare business strategy consultant. My goal is to provide a solution to childcare owners, which basically allow you to automate your childcare programs and do these 3 things. Number 1, ensure a quality of care for children and families. Number 2, ensure that you have financial stability and that your childcare program is financially healthy. And number 3, allow for you to do those 2 things and also have more free time for yourself. Because this is the thing that I think kind of gets a little bit misconstrued in the childcare business industry. I think it gets misconstrued in education, especially for like teachers and educators and those that are in our field, is we don't take care of ourselves. We don't, like, I think that what we do, it is such a labor of love, but sometimes we kind of forget about us in the process. And so that is basically what I do. I do all this through my online campus. And also, if you're trying to get started, then I actually have a step-by-step plan that walks you through that whole entire process so that you can actually go from, your dream of being a childcare business owner to actually being an owner of a childcare business, if that makes any sense. So that is what I do. Again, I do all that over on my website at ashleybenz.com and on my online campus. Now, what qualifies me to do this for anybody that's new, because you may be saying, okay, Ashley, that's great and dandy, but how do you know, or what qualifies you to do this? How do you know about these things? Well, because I actually owned, operated, ran, and directed a childcare business for 10 years. And so my journey is a little bit unique. I think all of our journeys are unique, but for me, my journey was that I started my childcare, which I'm going to be talking about here in a few minutes because I'm going over my top 3 failures. But I started my journey not knowing anything about being a business woman, being an entrepreneur, or I knew about being an entrepreneur, and I thought I knew about running a business, but I didn't, and running a childcare business at that. So it just really just kind of start tumbling into a lot of failures that came with that. And I'm sure you guys can relate to what I'm saying, because it doesn't matter who you are. If you are starting a business, you will have failures in your business. The thing that I like to try to avoid is I like to try to learn from other people. And I like to learn from other people's mistakes that are willing to share those so that I don't have to go down the same road that they went through, and I can avoid, a lot of mistakes and failures. And so anyway, again, we're going to be talking about my top 3 failures of running my childcare business. So this video is sponsored by my Childcare Business Automation Academy, which right now is on pre-sale. So for any members of the Academy, if you have not checked your email, you need to go and check your email. I sent out an email yesterday, and there is something I need for you to do, and that email explains what that is. Now, basically what is happening right now with my Childcare Business Automation Academy, for anybody that does not know anything about it, you're new to it, this is all new, but my Automation Academy has been around since 2016, and I am actually actively, as we speak, I am actively going in there and I'm revamping that program. So while I'm revamping, I do have the Automation Academy on pre-sale at a discounted rate while I'm in revamping. And of course, everything is going to be rolled out to members, as I get the new content, so you don't have to wait on anything. But once I actually revamp the entire academy, then obviously the price is going to go up. And so right now it is on pre-sale. So if you are a childcare business owner and you would like to do the 3 things I mentioned above, which is ensure that you have a quality childcare program, ensure that you have financial stability and that your childcare business is financially healthy, that you're actually profiting, and also ensure you got more free time for yourself, you got to get in that academy, you guys, because that's where I teach how to do all those things. And again, all new things are going to be released inside that academy. There's so much I have learned about automation. I'm learning stuff every single day about automation. And what I love about that academy is that, my goal is for you guys, for current childcare business owners, for you guys to just focus on what you do best and let me focus on, researching about automation and how to streamline your childcare business and how to put in those automated systems and processes. So you guys let me do that. I release that information to you. You implement. It's a win-win for everybody, right? So I'm just super excited about that. Also, this video is also sponsored by, I have a free 4-part video training for those of you that are trying to get started. And so I'm super excited about that. This is something that's pretty new that I am releasing. And it is called my Childcare Business Startup Roadmap Guide. Now, some of you guys might be familiar with the Roadmap Guide, but again, I am just revamping. Like, this 2019 for me has been nothing but revamping and just bringing out new stuff. So this guide is actually a video training, and it's absolutely free. You can go in there and watch the videos, and I kind of walk you through how to start your childcare business. So that is available. I will be leaving the links to both of these, the Automation Academy pre-sale link, and also the free 4-part training videos for those that are trying to get started. I'll be leaving those links below after we get finished with today's topic. And also, stick with me here, because today I'm going to have you guys do an exercise at the end. It's something you can do right where you're at, but I'm going to have you do an exercise at the end. Okay, so I always do client reviews and testimonies, and I love sharing with the community whenever somebody shares with me, you know, what I'm doing, what I'm helping. And I feel like that iron sharpens iron. That I always get that every time I say that, it always comes out with my Kentucky accent. But anyway, but it does. You know, I think that we sharpen each other. And so I love being able to share when I'm helping somebody with the community. So this is from Miriam. Love the name Miriam. Miriam says, I have been contemplating owning and operating a childcare center back in 2010 while I was working on my bachelor's degree. I came across your Facebook page and realized that you would be a great resource to know. You are, hang on, I guess, you are so, okay, yes, you are so open and transparent that I was inspired to follow your page. So here I am. Well, Miriam, I am super glad that you were here. And I'm so grateful and thankful that my videos and everything that I do here is helping you. So thank you so much, and thank you for being a part of the Childcare Business Executive Community. I'm going to be sending you my prayers of encouragement and success your way as you start your journey of owning your own childcare business. So welcome. All right, y'all. So I need for you guys to do this, and we're going to jump right in. I need for you to share, like, and love this video. If you are on YouTube, okay, I needed my YouTubers. I need for you to like this video. I need for you to also subscribe. If you are not a subscriber, you need to do that. You guys know that. If you are on YouTube, you know that if you want to get continued content from somebody on YouTube, you've got to subscribe. So I need for you to subscribe to my channel, and also hit the little bell. That's going to trigger your notifications and let you know when I post up videos. Now, speaking of when I post up videos, I go live every Wednesday on Facebook between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is when you can catch me. So if you want to join me live, you need to hop over on Facebook, go like my page, and make sure your notifications are turned on so that when I'm broadcasting, you will get that notification that says Ashley is here and ready to share with you some childcare business information. All right, so I think we've kind of got all of those little preliminary and tech stuff out of the way. Hi, Ashley, how are you? I know Ashley just joined my, was it the How to Get Started Academy? So super excited to see you inside of that, Ashley. And I'm excited that you're here live with me today. So, all right, guys, my top 3 failures of running my childcare business. And they go something like this. So the first thing, you guys, the very first failure that I had was, is there lipstick on my teeth? Okay, no, there's not. Y'all, I'm telling you, I will do a lipstick check if I have to. That is just, that is something I could not go through a video and give you guys good content if I felt like there was lipstick on my teeth. And I will give you guys permission. If you guys ever see anything off and funny with me, please tell me, okay? That is what a good friend does. A true friend is going to tell you when something is not right. So, but I think we're okay. So my very first failure was that I got caught up in my main passion. Now, I'm going to share with you guys, like one of the, and I think I shared this last time, but my main passion, like that thing that really, if I'm honest with you guys, that really drew me to wanting to own my own childcare business. And this is going to sound so weird. Okay, thank you so much, Ashley. This is going to sound so weird, you guys, but arts and crafts and lesson planning. That is what initially drew me to the child care business industry, period. Like, that's what drew me to even want to be a preschool teacher, just anything like arts and crafts and lesson planning. And so, however, though, that was something that was a big failure when I ran my child care business. That was a big failure because for me, I love teaching children. That is something that I absolutely love. And I love doing it in a way that is like, like when I'm teaching, you guys can already see that now, like even with you guys, like I go all out when I'm teaching somebody something. I don't leave, little, oh, I don't leave anything out. I just don't. And so the same thing, like when I'm teaching, and if you guys see me looking up here, I'm looking at my notes, but when I'm teaching children, I'm the same exact way. And so for me, we all know that children learn best when it's a hands-on, when they can kind of dig in and do things. And so arts and crafts and just coming up with like those hands-on things really drew me in to wanting to open my childcare business. But that was a big failure because that kind of took over, and that's what my focus was when I got started. Okay. And so last week we talked about a little bit about business models and automation, and I talked about the fact that whatever you focus on expands. And so that's what happened. What expanded when I first got started was my lesson planning and my crafts and all that kind of stuff. And yes, that is absolutely great. You know what, guys? I forgot something. We do not do a video without 3 things, y'all. And I completely forgot. So I apologize. Grab you something to sip on. Get you a pen and get you something to write with. Because I'm telling you, today, I'm going to be sharing some stuff with you that you're going to want to write down. And it doesn't matter if you're trying to get started or if you are trying or if you're already in business, you got to write this. But go ahead and grab you something. I forgot about that. How could I forget that? The lipstick threw me off. Having the lipstick on my teeth or thinking I had lipstick on my teeth threw me off. That's what it was. So, but yes, go ahead and get you something. For anybody new, that's what we do around here. We grab us something to sip on. We get us a pen. We get us some paper. This is your time every week to come. We meet together. This is your time to invest in you. So anyway, but yes, the lesson, all that stuff, you guys, I absolutely love. It just blinded. So my passion blinded me. And so the lesson that you want to take from that, don't let your passion blind you, because it will. And whatever that is for you, everybody has their true core inner being reason why you want to start your own childcare business, or B, why you're in business now. Okay, your big why. And or kind of like the thing that kind of gravitated you to this whole thing. So for me, it was arts and crafts. I loved it. I loved teaching children. That was it. That expanded. Did that get great? Absolutely. Did my lesson plans get great? Absolutely. Did I have the really cool, amazing arts and craft? Did I get, this inspire things that I would wake up in the morning and I'm like, let me pull that together for the kids? Absolutely. But that was a problem. Because waking up in the morning and just kind of going off the cuff of things, that got me in trouble. Okay, so that's the very first thing. And I think what I'm saying from this is your passion. Be careful, because your passion can blind you. Okay. Number 2, I thought, and I want you to underline, if you're taking notes, the word thought. I thought I was being successful by overworking myself. Okay. So that was definitely a failure for me. And that was, to be honest with you guys, I would have to say that alone was probably the biggest failure that I had, was that I overworked myself and I really wasn't doing the smart work. I was doing things the hard way. And so, with overworking yourself in anything and not being balanced, you can't really think. You can't think straight. You can't think straight when you're tired. You can't think straight when you are overindulged in something, right? And so lessons to learn from me on that. Sometimes we think we are on the right path to something when in reality we're not. And that's what happened to me. So that was a failure for me. So I thought I was on the right path to running my childcare business by overworking myself, by indulging myself in my lesson planning, by indulging myself in, in arts and crafts, and making sure that my classrooms were, I don't want to say clean, but making sure my classrooms were always like decorated. I overindulge in those things. And so while I am overindulging in that, well, my business in the background was failing. And the sad part about it is that I didn't even know it. I had no idea that while I am making these amazing lesson plans, while my classroom is, I'm talking about you guys, every Hobby Lobby, y'all, I'm addicted to Hobby Lobby. Even today. And there is something, I guarantee you that if you guys know how like you can, well, I've seen this on 2020 or something like that. And it's not a lie detector test, but it's like one of those things that they can put on your brain, and they'll put these little things on your brain. And if you see something, like certain things or a certain part of your brain will light up. What was that? It was something they were doing. It's about like dating, or it was between a married couple, and they put this the little things on the husband's brain. And so when he saw his wife, when he saw a picture of his wife, his eye, like something like lit up on this or whatever. That's what I'm talking about. That is the same exact thing that I know happens to me when I see crayons, construction paper, scissors, glue, glitter, you name it. I know that something goes on in my brain. And so again though, I would overindulge in that part of the business. But in the background, things were just falling apart, and I had no clue. I didn't know I wasn't making money. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, majority of the time when I was out buying those arts and crafts for the kids and buying these cute little things every time, February and all this stuff to decorate my classroom for every season, I didn't know that I didn't have the money to do that. Like technically, if I go back and if I had to went back and looked at my bank account, I did not have the money to spend on that type of stuff, which you think about, it's very minimal. I mean, paper and things of that nature, you think that you could afford that, but no. There are some child care programs out there right now that when you go look at they can't even afford paper, construction paper for the kids that they are caring for, right? And I was one of those people. So that was a failure for me. So here's the deal. If something is not working, you need to find out why it's not working. That's just it. Don't sit and wallow in the fact that it's not working, but find out, why is this not working? As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you become an analyzer of your business. Okay, that is your job. You are an analyst. You are an analyst. You are an analyst. Okay, you're a business analyst. That's one of the characteristics, or one of the, you might as well say, a job description of an entrepreneur. You have to figure out, why is this not working? But to know if something's not working, you got to get out of the cloud, so to speak. Okay, you got to be looking around you. So in my case, I need to get away from the lesson planning and construction paper and circle time and those kind of things to be able to see why it was not working, right? So again, lessons to take from me on this, guys. You can think you're on the right path when in reality you're not. Okay, we're not. And so one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible, yes, so remember this new to me. I am a PK kid. The Bible is my basis for how I live my life. And there's a scripture that I love, and it says, it's in Proverbs 4:7. It says, in all you're getting, get a good understanding, get an understanding. In all you're getting, get an understanding. You need to understand what it is that you are doing. Okay? Not on a day-to-day basis, but what is actually happening behind the scenes of your child care business. What is happening with your books? Okay? What is happening with how the children are developing, and those kind of things. And I think that we do focus so much on that, but we fail to focus on the other stuff, the other parts and pieces that actually, in reality, that make you an actual business. Okay, like I'm talking about like a real legit legal business. There are things that have to be in place for you to even actually be a business. Okay, and so for me, you know, that was one of my failures. And so again, Proverbs 4:7, if you're taking notes, in all you're getting, get an understanding. You got to have a clear understanding of what it is that you're doing. You got to have a clear understanding of the animal, okay? Because it is an animal, okay? Running any business is an animal. You got to understand the anatomy of the animal that you're running. That's it. Or when we're in the Childcare Business Automation Academy, we talk about childcare business as running a car. What is the anatomy of the vehicle that you're running? If you don't understand all the parts and pieces, if you only get some parts and pieces, but you don't get the whole thing, your car's not going to function right? And so that's why us, you know, when we have issues with our car, what do? We take it to somebody who understands the anatomy of a vehicle, which is a mechanic or whatever. Okay. All right. Number 3, and now we're going to do an exercise together. Number 3. Let me take a sip. Number 3. All the first systems, okay, I put in place required me. That was top 3 failure. If somebody came and asked me, Ashley, what was your top 3 failures? I'm giving you them right now. So the third one, all the first systems, so the first little systems I put in place, every single last one of them required me to be involved. Okay. That is not the way you want to do it. So lessons to learn from me on this. Don't set up your childcare business in a way that everything that is done has to include you. If your childcare business is set up in a way that every single thing that is done has to include you, you're going to have some problems, okay? This is not a business, but that is a job for yourself, right? And so again, are we in business, or are you just trying to create jobs for not only other people, but for you? Because there is a difference between being in business and having a job, okay? And so, with that being said, you guys, you know, it is definitely a labor of love. And I will say that running any business, but running a childcare business is a labor of love, right? However, I'm going to just make this very bluntly and very, very blunt and very clear that at the end of the day, love does not pay the bills. Okay. Love without knowledge. Let me add that. Hang on. Let me slide over this way. My notes, they're moving on me. Love, you guys, without knowledge. And I will say that you will have to have love. You will have to have, just honestly, you will have to be someone that is very selfless human being. And I think that we all get that, right? Because it is a labor of love. However, love without knowledge does not pay the bills at your house. Honey, they don't pay the bills at my house either. Okay. The last time I checked, you know, I might love what I'm doing, but if I do not have the knowledge on what I'm doing, then I'm sorry, you know, just does not pay the bills, right? Love without knowledge does not provide the children in your care what they need. Okay. Again, going back to the construction paper, you know, if you've got love for, again, I'm gonna go back to me. So I had the love of lesson planning and arts and crafts, but what I did not have is the knowledge of what was going on behind the scenes in my business. So therefore, you know, to be honest with you guys, I was really operating in the red, which means I really could not provide what those children really needed. Because all that was going to do, if I kept that up, all that was going to do is just come around and just bite me. That's just it, right? So love without knowledge does not ensure stability of your health, of your home. It just doesn't. So we got to have knowledge backed with the love and the passion that you have for wanting to start your childcare business are wanting to, be the top childcare program in your area, are wanting to expand your childcare business. I know you've got the love there, but if you do not have the knowledge there, it's going to crumble. That's just it. Because we all know that knowledge is power. We know that. We teach that. We teach this stuff to our kids. We teach the kids that stuff. We teach them things that's going to help them develop, right? Appropriately develop. And that's the thing about it. Is so the same thing you do for the children in your care. It's all about developing appropriate, not just developing, but developing appropriately. So look at your childcare business. Is your childcare business developing appropriately, or is it just developing? Okay, something to really think about, you guys. All right. So here's what I want to do for those of you that are in business. This is going to be for you. For those of you that are not in business, your next step. Okay, if you are trying to start a childcare business, your next step is to wait. I need a tissue because I feel like my nose has been running. And I don't think I have a tissue on me. Do I not have a tissue somewhere? But anyway, your next step, you guys, if you are running, if you want to start a childcare business, is I need for you to get a hold of my free 4-part video training where I'm going to show you how to go down that process, okay? And then for those of you that are already in business, let's do a really quick exercise together before I let this topic be yours. Just a second, you guys. I am going to walk away for just a second because my nose is starting to run. And you guys don't want to see, y'all don't want to see all that. I promise you don't. So give me a second. Hang on. I'm coming right back. Okay. All right, I'm back. And yes, for anybody that's new to me, y'all, I am a real human being here. So if I have to walk away from a Go Live video to take care of something, I will. So, but yes. All right. So quick exercise here. Here's what I want you to do. If you are already in business, I want you to write down these 5 parts and pieces. And these are the 5 parts and pieces that you have to have in place to run a successful childcare business. And they are. So I want you to write this down. If you're taking notes, accounting and budgeting. And when you do this, I want you to leave a little space in between each one. All right. So there's 5 of them: accounting and budgeting, marketing and advertising, management and leadership. So that's your staffing. And then we have customer service and program quality. And then we have the 5th one is office organization and procedures. Okay. So let me go over those one more time for those that are taking notes. Accounting and budgeting, marketing and advertising, management and leadership, customer service and program quality, and office organization and procedure. So if you want to, if you're doing like the short, like just, kind of scribbling, just do accounting, marketing, staff, do customer service, and then do office organizations, or just do office. Okay. Now, question I want to ask you, and I want you to take some time to kind of write these in. Number 1, the question is, what part of this engine, because when I am teaching automation, everything is done in engines. That's the way that we teach, okay? So every single one of these are 5 engines that they create a very successful childcare business when they are put together the right way. So what part of this engine involves you? So for your accounting and budgeting, what part of the engine does not involve you? That's what does not involve you. So for your accounting and budgeting, what part of your accounting and budgeting does not involve you? I want you to put that down. So an example of that is when parents pay late. When parents pay late, if you have a really well-oiled automated machine, you're not dealing with that aspect of that. You don't have to call them up. You're not having to see them face to face. You don't have to mention to them. You're not dealing with that. Okay. So that would be an example for me. That was one that I would put down here. Okay. Or payments is a good example of a part of that engine that did not involve me. Okay. Marketing and advertising. So for me, it was reaching people. That did not involve me. So you did not see me out at my local grocery store handing out business cards. Okay. I'm not reaching people that way. You would not see me hanging up flyers. That's not my way of reaching someone. Okay. So for me, the main part of marketing and advertising that did not involve me was reaching people. I did that automatically. I use Facebook ads, or well, back in the day, I did all that stuff. Okay, that's how I know, what it works, what doesn't work. But right now, for me, if I was currently running a childcare business, and even what I'm doing now, I use paid advertisement. So we call it our machine. We call it back behind the scenes of CST, or when we have our team meetings and all that kind of stuff, we call it, and we'll say that. How much are we going to feed the machine this month, right? So we use paid advertisement, and that is what I used when all this came about in my childcare business. That is what I used, was paid advertisement, okay? But it's an online with that as well. So again, for your marketing and advertising, what do you do, okay, that does not involve you to market and advertise? Does that make sense? All right. Same thing with management leadership. What do you do, okay? What part of the engine does not involve you with your staffing needs? So mine was daily management of staff, would be an example for myself. Daily management of staff, I did not manage my staff directly. So if I did manage them, it was indirectly, okay? So that is a form of automation right there in itself, is when you are maybe doing it indirectly, but it's still getting done, just not by you, okay? So daily management staff would be an example for me. Yours is going to be maybe something different. Customer service and program quality, lesson planning, I finally got the hang of that. That was my passion, but I had to let that go, and I had to automate that. So lesson planning, enrollment was also something that did not involve me, okay? And then my office organization, so like in my office area, the one thing that we implemented was paperless. So most of my stuff in my office, it involved processing the paper, and that could be done by someone else. Some things would have to get done by me because it would need my signature on it. Or there's, some of the things I didn't delegate off to my team. There were some things I did not delegate to my assistant director because, for me, it was sensitive information, those kind of things. But we just went paperless, and then that basically allowed a lot of things for me not to have to be involved in, okay? Other than, like I said, maybe just my signature, right? So I want you to do this exercise. I want you to really think about this week, for those of you that are already in business, that you're already operating a licensed childcare business. And I want you, and for those of you that are getting started, maybe you have a location. This is a good exercise to really do. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take that stuff that you are doing, okay, the other stuff that does involve you, and you need to ask yourself the question, how can I make this more streamlined? How can I make this process not involve me? Okay, and that is where we get into full-blown automation. All right, so that is all I have today. That is it. Like, I'm going to leave that there because I know that our brains can only process so much, and I know that this is probably, you're thinking right now. Your wheels are turning. You're thinking. So I'm going to leave you with that exercise. And before we go off here, let me make sure that I don't have. And if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them while I'm sitting here. But I just want to make sure. So. Okay, Ashley says, we are so alike. I have Mod Podge and glitter everywhere. I am with you on that, y'all. And I am, so our garage now, I've got so much stuff in there. So much stuff. just so much stuff in there, arts and crafts and all that good stuff. And so one of my goals and dreams is to have like a craft room, or either a craft closet or something that just can store like every single thing I have. So that is something that I am working on. We went to Nashville this past weekend. You guys that know me, I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We go to Nashville all the time. And so we went to Nashville, and they have this huge container. It's called the Container Store. I didn't get a chance to go in there, but I am going to go in there the next time. I told Victor, I said, the next time we're going up in that store, because I really just want to get all of my arts. And stuff is scattered everywhere in my house. But yeah. So anyway, all right. So here's what you guys need to do. Number one, if you are already in business and you want more of this stuff that I'm teaching, that I'm going over right now today, you want to dive like really deep into it, we're doing all that inside of my Childcare Business Automation Academy, and all new stuff is coming out, and we're going to be doing stuff just like this inside of there. I'm going to leave the link down below. I do have a pre-sale going on. If you enroll as a lifetime member within 24 hours of this live video, you are going to get a one-on-one free complimentary call with me. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. And then getting started, that free 4-part training, I'm going to leave that link down below. Now, for those of you that are still with me, I forgot, because I said I was going to share with you guys kind of some stuff that's been happening. So I am going to be asking for some prayers. Okay, I'm going to be, for those of you out there that are praying people, I'm going to be asking for some prayers. So, okay, so I'm back in my office. Number one, you can see that. So we were in the process, you guys, of redoing my office. I was going to I don't know if y'all can see back there in the back. Y'all see back there? I have paint colors on the wall. We picked out flooring. My flooring is here. So I was gonna choose this floor here. Now, for anybody that wants this color, I will share with you what it is. But it is from Home Depot, and it is called Coastal Oak. But I was going for like a really, like white, kind of just neutrals, whites, just kind of that kind of thing. And I still want to do that. However, we have also been trying to have another baby. No, I'm not pregnant, so don't nobody get excited that quick. No. But we have been trying to have baby number 2. And so just a little background information. So for those of you that are done, if you're just here for the childcare stuff, honey, I am all done with that. You do not have to sit here and listen to this, but for anybody that wants to hear what's kind of happening behind the scenes, personal stuff. So anyway, so we were going to redo the office, all that good stuff, but now we are really going to really get serious on having this other baby. Now, we had to have a IUI procedure with Nova. You guys that know me know the whole story about my infertility and all that kind of stuff. Which is why I say, going back to some of the stuff I was talking about today, y'all, do not let the passion overtake you with this business, because what happened to me is that I really believe, and I don't know, nobody really knows why, infertility is a problem, but I know, at least for me, I do know, because as a woman, I think that we know our bodies, and we kind of know, we have that intuition. But I do know that running my daycare business and the stresses that it put on me, because I just did not, in the beginning stages, I didn't know what I was doing. I do think that has had an effect on my fertility. So anyway, so we're going to go see the doctor on Monday, and we are just going to probably go through that same process. So with all that being said, I was just like, Victor, well, if we have another baby, which I do believe God will bless us with one, I just have that feeling. I don't think that he will say no to that. But I was like, well, we're either going to have to we're going to have to do something, right? We're going to have to do something, either have the kids share rooms for the next few years or whatever, because our plan, we've had a lot of plans for the house, but anyway, our plan is to eventually, we are going to sell and move. I don't know what we're doing, but we're not going to be here very long. However, in that process, it's just like, we're just in a transition period. So I was like, just don't do anything with the office right now. Let's just kind of go through this. Let me focus on, getting my mental where it needs to be at, my body where it needs to be at. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do with all this. So anyway, you guys, if nothing else, I'm sure I'll paint back here. Yeah, anyway. that is what's going on. So I am most likely going to be back in my office doing these videos again, because we everything was just a mess, and we were getting ready. I mean, we had, getting ready to get somebody to come in and do all the stuff. And so I just kind of had to rethink about things and kind of refocus. So, which happens a lot for me as an entrepreneur. I think that as entrepreneurs, we're always going through, like trying to refocus ourselves and all that good stuff. So anyway, prayers, just prayers. I would love for any prayers out there for that journey. And I'll keep you guys posted on that for sure. I'll keep you guys posted. So I know with Nova, we only had to do 2 of them. And that was it. So, and I was definitely more relaxed because we had just implemented Childcare Business Automation at the daycare. I was relaxed. It was great. So everything happened pretty fast. She's 4 now. So, okay, you guys, that is all that I have today. I'm going to leave those 2 links down below. If you do have any questions, if you are watching this on YouTube and you have any questions or anything like that, we do answer questions within the 24 hours of my videos. So if you do have any questions, feel free to leave those down below. I really hope this helped you. I really hope me sharing my failures, my top 3 failures today, is helping you kind of look at your childcare program in a different light and just giving you some things to think about. So, all right, y'all, listen, thank you so much for joining. As always, I am sending you my prayers of success and encouragement your way with your childcare business goals. And until the next video, which will be next Wednesday, if the Lord's will, I'll see you guys later. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.